Finan City buzzed like a festival ground as the awakening ceremony began. A black-haired boy, Lin, jumped off Uncle Jen's cart, squeezing into the gigantic crowd. But 3 centuries ago, the world died, but 10 heroes refused to let it stay dead. Mana exploded, demons drowned the continents, and humanity survived only behind colossal barrier walls raised by 10 legendary classes. Time passed, legends became history. History became routine. And routine was about to shatter again. Now present statues of the 10 original heroes towered over thousands of anxious teens. Some whispered prayers. Some trembled. One girl begged the heavens for a legendary awakening. Lin smirked, arms crossed. Dream big, reality doesn't care. Rumors flew around. A new legendary class might appear this year. No wonder the crowd looked like a starving pack. But Lin had other plans. If everyone's desperate to get stronger, then business will be booming. A flare exploded across the sky. The ceremony had begun. The awakening hall. Names flashed, lights flared. A boy walked out with an S-class and 55 mana. Damn, I'd kill for that, the guy beside Lin muttered. Lin casually pulled out a tomato. This boosts mana by 5% for 5 minutes. The boy blinked, are you kidding? Nope, I'm Lin, spiritual plant specialist. He opened his bag. Day-lasting potatoes, slimming cucumbers, strength-boosting roots. A small crowd instantly formed. Scam. Better than energy bars. Hey, give me one. Lin raised a hand. Limited stock, first samples free. The skeptical boy took a bite. His eyes nearly popped out. Mana surged through him like he'd swallowed lightning. Before Lin could say another word, a man in a suit barged through the crowd. These are academy grade, he shouted. Then he tried to buy out the entire sack. Chaos, screaming, bidding wars. Lin lifted both hands. All right, I'll explain. I'm a Maxil farmer, my crops naturally carry buffs. The crowd exploded. Lynn's quiet life interrupted. Later, outside his tiny shop, the blonde guy from earlier returned. He handed Lin 10 gold coins, thanking him for the produce. Such talent stuck as a farmer, he joked. Lin glared, go home, your aunt is alone again. As the man walked off, Lin sighed. People once called him a genius. Until his awakening confirmed he was just a farmer. His father, an archdruid, would probably resurrect just to scold him. Still, he preferred the quiet life. Farming kept his mind calm. And kept his mother from worrying. But fate never leaves geniuses alone. A raindrop landed on his nose. He looked up. Something was falling. A man smashed into the ground before him. Blood everywhere. Did the walls fail? Are demons inside the city? Lin gasped. The dying man grabbed his collar. Listen, the legendary Necromancer, Hisang, he betrayed humanity. He plans to give his class to the demons. A purple beam pierced the man's skull. He died instantly. Smoke swirled. A dark portal opened. And the traitor stepped out. The legendary Necromancer. The Necromancer METS, a farmer. Hisang coughed violently, injured but sneering. Boy leaving without permission. His voice was cold enough to freeze bone. Before Lin could react, the Necromancer grabbed him. That corpse is Dean Yui, he hissed. And your blood will serve as my sacrifice. The oppressive mana crushed Lin's lungs. His vision blurred. Desperate, his eyes saw something. A fallen pickaxe, the dead man's tool. As if responding to Lin's will, one of his maxed-out farmer skills awakened. The tool lifted from the ground and flew into his grasp. Lin clenched his teeth. Sacrifices. Fine, but you will be the one offering them. The pickaxe slammed into the necromancer's shield, cracking it. Hisang staggered back. A's a farmer hurt me. Before he recovered, Lin grabbed a strange hand cannon and fired. A torrent of blue energy roared forward, shattering the hall. Hisang barely blocked it, his shield cracking like thin glass. He snarled, "Enough, your body will be my escape." His spirit ripped from his body, a black haze, and lunged straight into Lin. Darkness swallowed him. Lin screamed. The necromancer laughed inside his mind. A perfect vessel. But Lin's voice echoed back. I've trained since childhood. If you want my body, fight me. Their souls clashed. Lin collapsed, shaking, gasping for air. His hand fell onto a jagged blade. He glared. Fines, then we are both dying. He stabbed himself through the chest. The necromancer's scream echoed in his head. No, no. A burst of golden light erupted from Lin's body. Chains of pure energy tore the necromancer apart, ripping his spirit to shreds. Silence. Then, a system window blinked into existence. Congratulations, you have acquired Legendary Class Necromancer. Lin sat upright, alive. His reflection stared back with glowing purple and green mana spiraling around his fingers. His class began to mutate. Spiritual Farm Master. A fusion never seen before. A legend reborn from the fields. Using his new powers, he summoned two spirits. Dane Yui and the Necromancer. Now his loyal undead farmhands. He needed to hide. Fast. No one would believe a farmer killed two high-tier mages. So Lin vanished back to his farm. The mutant crops. But something was wrong. His crops glowed unnaturally. The necromancer's mana infected the soil. Plants twitched, bulged, then, snap, a mutated plant shot upward, bit a flying bird in half, and swallowed it whole. Lin screamed and tackled it with a shovel. After wrestling it into the dirt, he stared in terror. His mana could mutate plants into demon eaters. Terrifying, but also useful. Very useful. Then the TV blared breaking news. Legendary necromancer Hisang has rebelled. Dean Yui is dead. Nationwide manhunt begins. Lin froze. If anyone discovered his necromancer abilities, he'd be executed instantly. He looked at his undead servants. You two need normal names. Farmhands. No one questions farmhands. He sighed. He needed a place to train quietly. The Extraordinary Academy announced open enrollment. Perfect. Academy ENRLLMENT, chaos. The next day, Lin stood in the Academy registration line. His name? Lin, Level 1, Spiritual Farm Master. Instructor Lee squinted. That's a joke class, right? Students laughed. Farmer boy. Go plow the fields. Academy standards dropping fast. Lin ignored them. His fundamentals were monstrous, even at level 1. When the instructor mocked him, Lin flashed the academy pamphlet. "Anyone can take the exam. You want me to call the administration?" Instructor Lee panicked, grabbed his phone and shouted at him. Rumors spread that the instructor had just been demoted and was extra sensitive. Finally, he dragged everyone to the exam site. A massive living labyrinth made of ancient roots. "Quit now, farmer," the instructor sneered. "Thanks for the advice," Lin said politely. Primary exam, the rabbit hunt. The labyrinth was brutal. A student was smashed by a vine thicker than a tree trunk. Lin crouched, studying the terrain. This isn't a rabbit hunt. This is industrial agriculture. He sprinkled carrot powder bait. A tiny horned demon rabbit hopped out. It took 2 bites, and Lin's undead farmhands pounced like assassins. He ordered them to sweep the entire labyrinth. They wiped out the demon rabbit population in minutes. The bell rang. Time was up. Students returned with 1-3 horns. Instructor Lee snickered. Farmer Boy probably didn't get a single. Lin opened a storage ring. A mountain of demon rabbits poured out, burying Lee alive. 500, Lin said calmly. "Want to count?" The crowd lost its mind. The academy director appeared, furious at the chaos. Then his eyes landed on Lin. His expression softened. "What is your relationship to Professor Lingshan?" Lin blinked. "He's my father, you know him." The director nearly fainted. "You're his son, why didn't you say so earlier? If you need anything, I will personally." The director vanished mid-sentence. Lin stared at the empty air. "He seems unreliable." The investigation. Elsewhere, investigators studied the deaths of Dean Yui and the Necromancer. One man slammed the board. His Ang's inheritance talent was stolen. The mastermind is still alive. Another man face-palmed. "You're insane." Accidentally. The investigator was uncovering the truth. The director ordered, "If anyone uses necromancer skills, kill on sight." Lin had no idea that a death sentence had just been put on his head. Retest level 5 dungeon. Back at the academy, the pink-haired instructor announced, "All newcomers must clear a level 5 dungeon within 3 hours." The hall exploded in panic. Only Lin stayed calm. A shy level 7 mage approached him, asking to team up. Lin refused. He couldn't risk revealing his necromancy. She understood and wished him luck. He registered for solo entry. Instructors warned him he was insane. He entered anyway. Ending hook strong. The dungeon was silent. Too silent. Lin stepped forward. A creature crawled from the shadows. Low level, easy prey. But Lin didn't reach for his shovel. He raised his hand. Behind him, the shadows rippled. 2 undead generals stepped forward, bowing. Lin smiled. "This is where my real cultivation begins." He activated undead summoning, and the entire dungeon trembled. To be continued.